Alright, I want to make this video on calipers if you have seized pistons, which mine were seized so they weren't ejecting from the caliper. And a lot of people say you can leave it hooked up to your actual motorcycle and pump the lever and it should pump them out. The realistics of that is that if they're seized, there's not enough air in the line to pop out that piston from the caliper. So what I suggest is that use one of these on the end of your air compressor. Put one of these at the end and use it with the rubber boot. I see a lot of people in videos use these, which it makes the job a lot more difficult and doesn't give a airtight seal like if this rubber one will. At the top, when you put it at the entry port right at the top, it actually seals it, so it gives you way more better seal. So use one of these. What you do is take it off your bike. Say if the pistons are still in the caliper, you put it at the end of your piece of plywood. You use a piece of plywood. It's not going to damage your pistons. Don't worry about it. You put that fitting at the end of the top of here with that rubber boot. That gives it a good seal. You use your air compressor. You force air into it. Go as high as you can. It will pop them out, and watch your fingers because they could get crushed. You don't want them to keep it nowhere between the actual caliper. You want to hold the end and the back, front and the back of the actual caliper itself. Once you hear them pop, and be a loud pop, you take it off. You move on to this thinner piece of cardboard box. You set it right at the center of here, and it's way more thinner than this piece of plywood, so it lets the remaining pop out of the caliper. And then pretty much from there you'll see that it breaks free. In my situation, my calipers, my piston in my caliper was seized. You can see which one's way more dirty. That's where it was gunked up at, which it was pretty much gluing that piston from coming out from the cylinder. And yeah, it just was bad. I didn't have no front brakes, so pretty much that's how you disassemble and take it apart and fix your situation if you have a seized piston inside your caliper. And if you have any comments, you can always drop it down and I'll answer your comments.